Tony Farley here, and I'm just gonna teach you how to make some quick side snacks with a couple side snacks. Now, the problem is that these are not open. These are not open, so you're gonna you're gonna open them. So, take your scissors. If you can open your scissors, take your. Jeez, these are like two behemoths are pushing these things together. Good grief! I was using my hands. The cheese is already open, so that's a good first step we can skip. Oh, I'm a little sick, and looking at this cheese is making me about to throw up. This is terrible. What you're gonna do is this needs to be washed. I've been manhandling this for a good long time now. You wanna just cut this up. Can I get a knife? Okay, now I have a knife. So you wanna cut this in, you wanna cut this up kinda like a, if you've ever gutted a fish, you wanna do it the hangman's way, which that usually works. I don't know why it's not working. We went over this. This isn't working, so if you want to cut your cheese, just cut it the fucking normal way, because it's not going to work. This is ridiculous. Now, sizes like this are perfect. If it's the size of a baby's cat tongue, just like that, that's perfect. That's what you want. These are simple finger foods. You pick them up, eat them. There's nothing to it. My God. Before you eat the cheese, clean it. Roll one. Good grief. I just put more in my mouth. I have my knife now, so I'm going to open up these little weenies. Whoops. I cut a little weenie. Oh wow, those are good. Those are good. If you want your food to taste good, make sure you package it. Oops. Spilling my weenies all over the place. You usually want sauce to go with your side snacks. And that's what we're talking about here today, is side snacks. So we're going to need some sauce. But, we're at a ranch. So, we don't have any sauce. If you don't like the way certain people cut their cheese, the best way to not get your ooh, I feel a little lightheaded. Alright, you want to cut this into cubes. Not big cubes, not soft cubes, just little, like, baby eye size, little baby eye cubes. No. The best part about cutting the cheese I'm sorry, I made a fun of you. Cutting the cheese, get it? What you want to do is cut it just straight down, get a good chunk like that, and then you want to cut it right down the middle. Okay? Right down the middle like that. Now you got these two pieces. Now these are way too big. These are the size of a horse's salt cube. That's bad. You choke on those. Alright, so you stack them, and then you cut them again, and now you got these long little slivers, look almost like camel's toenails. You don't want that either. That's still too, you're going to choke on that too. So what you do is you do a second stack, and now you're going to have 4 pieces of camel toe. And now what you want to do is cut that right down the middle. Now what you're going to have here is baby eyes diced. That's perfect. If it's the size of a baby's eye, if you have a baby to measure this to, that's perfect. That's perfect. I don't care how you cut your cheese. It's not as good as a baby's eye. And now with your sausages, sometimes people don't like them wet and raw. Now that's understandable. Weenies wet and raw are not good most of the time. You want to cook these little bad boys. And the best way to do is in the skillet. Now I'm not going to show you how to do that. However, I will show you what they look like when they are cooked. They look like that. Now, These are pretty damn good. They get your bones going, your mind going. Perfect party starter right here. Okay, now what you want to do after you get it all set up, like I have done, I got my cheese, got my cooked weenies. We'll throw some soft weenies on there, some soft wet ones for you sluts. Now, all right, now you got it all set up. You got your wet, you got your dries, you got your diced baby eyes, and you're set. And what you want to do is make it look fancy after you got it all set up. You want your sides to look nice. You don't want them to look like some ugly sides on a horse. You want them looking good. You want the sides of a nice shiny golden polar bear. Then you want to put some toothpicks in them. And after you put some toothpicks in them, it's going to set it off. It's going to make it look like a wildfire in a barn. And Evan, hand me some toothpicks. Let me show them. Alright, now you got some toothpicks. And now what you want to do with these is you want to stick them straight in. If it's a cheese, you might want to center it. That way it's not, you don't want no one poking the top of their mouth. That hurts. These dry weenies, these cooked ones, are gonna, it might be a little rough to get in. You might want to get that wet before you stick it in like that. Sure, people might say that's gross, but the human saliva is the cleanest part of the body. Now, so you just want to keep sticking them in. Got a toothpick. And for example, watch as I eat this. See that? That was easy. Now, if you don't stick it straight in, this is what's gonna happen. Ah! Now that's gonna be the reaction what most people are gonna have, because they're gonna be hurting the roof of their mouth. Now, it may look like I'm in deep pain, but I assure you this toothpick didn't even touch the roof of my mouth. And that's because I was acting. But that is what will happen to your guests after you put your toothpick in the wrong way. I assure that. If you want to serve just big blocks of cheese like this for people to nibble on, that's fine too. Less work for you. I think that's pretty much everything we can cover about sides today. Next week, we got a horse that can talk. Not really, that's made up. Power of acting.